This particular video is kind of a labor of love for me. I got sent down a rabbit hole, thought I knew where I wanted to go with this and what I wanted to say, and it pulled me in many different directions. So I might end up doing a series, who knows? But you see the title. And before I fully get into it, I need to give a huge shout out to the phenomenal work being done on the YouTube channel Soft White Underbelly. It is a documentary style channel ran by a young man. I can't say young, ran by a guy named Mark. I don't want to pronounce his last name wrong, so I just call him Mark. And he is a true blue documentarian. He simply asks the questions, let these subjects answer the question however they need to, and puts it out there for us to judge. What you are going to see are snippets about the same content, but 3 different interviews on that channel. I would suggest to all of you, go to that channel again, Soft White Underbelly. Find these videos that are not 2 years old. Watch them in their full context. I want to take a couple of snippets out of these interviews and focus on what I want to discuss out of it. But watch the full interviews in their full context at Soft White Underbelly on YouTube. Thank you very much, Mark. You do phenomenal work. And without further ado, let's get into it. What kicked me off on this particular video, I saw a podcaster on TikTok, and she made a very extreme statement. All men are evil.
The inherent fact that men are evil, that is true. Like man as a whole is evil.
Period. Men are evil. And she gave this little lame ass example and this little farcical ass excuse and blah blah blah. But her whole premise is based on all men being evil. What good thing has a man done? I'm gonna save it. I got a special vid just for her. And in that TikTok swiping of mine, I came across a segment of this video, and it made me go find the entire video, and here we are today. So let's get into it. I'm gonna show you snippets. Again, I say go find the YouTube channel Soft White Underbelly. Watch the interviews as a whole.
Tell me about your family.
My family, I grew up it was my mom and my stepdad. My dad was in jail like all my life, in and out of jail. So because my mom had me young at the age of 15, and my dad was always in jail, she was like a single mom until she met my stepdad. And I guess we were a happy family, but me personally, I felt like it wasn't really no love from my mom because...
Let me stop before allowing her to go on further. The excuse making and accountability dodging has already started. She says that her mom, her stepdad, she grew up in a loving home, and now she's about to hitch out the bull. I made my previous video when I talked about what's up with this pride of being in the single mom Olympics.
Now you're a single mom.
You see how she kind of glossed over the fact that she had a stepdad, because she says her mom, okay, and her dad who went to jail, and then her stepdad was there, but she still gave her mom single mom credit. Wouldn't you be more proud of your mother marrying a man and bringing a stepdad into the picture? Wouldn't that be something you're more proud of than the single mom aspect? But y'all see, the first thing she said was my mom and my stepdad, and then she had to break it down. Oh well, my dad was in jail. Then my mom found my stepdad, so until then she was a single mom. She just had to get that single mom shit in there.
Now you a single mom.
It just, I got a single mom banner.
Now you a single mom.
Y'all know how I feel about it. Let's let her keep it going.
I don't know if she didn't like me because of my dad, and this is real shit. Like, I know we hear it a lot, but she just looked at me like, you better not turn out to be like your dad. And she was very strict.
There's a mother in the home, a father in the home, and apparently there are rules and discipline.
How dare you?
I call this video the cycle of destruction because women who are out there who always talk about, let's just put it for what it is, they man bash. To put it simply, it's misandry, the opposite of misogyny. You know, misogyny being a strong prejudice against all women. Misandry is a strong prejudice against all men. And this young lady here is showing it. There's discipline in the home.
Deal with it.
I'm going to let her keep going to get to the next part here.
So, you know, growing up in a strict household, you know, you rebel. And that's what happened.
You went to the streets?
Straight to the streets.
What age?
At the age of 15, I kind of knew like, okay, I'm not going to be here.
When women put it out there and they blame all their bad decision making on men, no, I am not here to be a misogynist. I was raised by a single mother. What I am here to do is stop blaming everyone else for your fucked up mindset.
I'll say amen to that.
This young lady just told you she turned to the streets at 15 from a 2-parent household because they had discipline.
And this bitch.
But I didn't want to do it in a disrespectful way because I was always respectful. I was just looking for like a way out. So I met a friend, and she was my best friend at the time. And she knew what I was going through with my mom and my stepdad. And I just felt like, you know, my mom was settling for less with my stepdad.
You see how that shit is passed down? Settling for less?
What the hell are you talking about?
You fucking 15 years old. What the hell do you know about settling for less?
Exactly.
And I guarantee it was from other adults that she heard talking. Because you're 15, other 15-year-olds don't fucking know about settling for less. So she probably heard aunties and neighbors and shit talking. But she's going to explain to you why she feels like her mother settled for less. Check this out.
So I'm like, you're always worried about him, da-da-da-da.
Wait. Y'all think I'm being funny. Y'all think it might be something else coming. Check it out.
I don't need to be here.
And that's it.
Because the wife was worried about her husband. I say again, because her mama was worried about her stepdad. The wife was concerned about the husband. Not that they did anything mean to her, not that they abused her, but they had rules, and her mother took care of and cared about her man.
You're an idiot.
Do y'all see why we in this shit now? Do y'all see why men have checked out? This interview was done, I do believe, 2 years ago. I don't know how old she was at the time of the interview, but I do know that she was 15 when she felt this way, when she was dealing with this nonsense. Let's keep it pushing.
And I got into it with my stepdad, and then my best friend was like, you should just leave. And I'm like, I know, huh? So
What did I say about that peer group?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Misery loves company, and there is not a more miserable group to each other than women.
Girls are terrible. They're always backstabbing and giving each other phony compliments.
Oh, wow, you are definitely not afraid of dessert.
You know, I wish I were secure enough to throw on any old thing and call it an outfit.
Come on, you have so much body confidence. I mean, who wouldn't with those strong legs? So muscular. I'm jealous of how thick with strength they are.
Hey, I like your tie.
Thanks.
Real talk. This shit is crazy. This is getting out of hand, And I am only a minute and 30 seconds in to this video series here. I'm just a minute and 30 seconds in.
But wait, there's more.
Ran away. And when I ran away, my whole life just changed. But I lost my virginity first, and then I ran away. So they think I ran away because they were saying, like, I'm gonna get a little vulgar. Oh, you got some dick? You feel like you can leave now? Like, you feel like you grown now? And I'm like, no, y'all don't want me here anyway. That drag. So
y'all are hearing it right. This story coming out of her mouth. Tucker ain't putting shit out here. This story is coming out of her mouth. So she thought she was grown at 15. Apparently, you know, hey, she was fucking at least by 15 because she said before she left, she lost her virginity.
Damn.
Not something I boast on, but what the fuck ever. Okay, well, let's see how this continues to play out.
I left and I just started like making money, doing whatever I had to do because I had to survive.
Nobody put her in that position outside of her.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You see that she didn't say, I went to family, I went to friends. She chose to run to these streets. That's what she did. That was her first thing that she did. Not, hey, I need to go find me a job. No. Easy way. She went to the streets.
So you learned how to play men.
Exactly.
Let a man say this. Let a man get on, do an interview and get out there and say, oh, I learned to play women. That man would be spit roasted from heaven to hell and back again.
Yes, sir.
But a woman says it, other women instantly try to go, oh, that poor thing. What pushed her to that? Y'all heard it. She ran to that life. This is the life that she chose. It wasn't forced upon her. She chose this bullshit.
That's right. Really fast. I was mature for my age too. So it was easy for me. Like, I used to let them know, like, how much you got, like, you know, what you got. It was always with me. What do you have to give me?
And that is a young lady who, as you will learn later on, has children. So how do you think she's teaching her children? What do you think she's passing down? Hence the title, The Cycle of Destruction. This is the destruction of the relationship, the understanding, the bond that should be between men and women.
I never just let nobody just, you know, use me. It was always, what can you give me? So I started getting, and it became addictive, like very addictive. So when I was in the streets,
that lifestyle became addictive. But then if a man later on wants nothing to do with you because of that lifestyle, there's something wrong with him. He's the one on the wrong. He can't accept you for how you are.
Oh, no.
Well, how you were, homegirl, what you presented out there is that you are a woman that uses men for money in exchange for whatever you give, whatever that may be. So men are still the bad guys, even though the villains in this particular scenario is the woman.
I still was like, I kept like a good communication with my family because I didn't want to burn them bridges, you know? And
y'all peeped that, right? She said she kept good communication with her family because she didn't want to burn them bridges. So she is telling y'all once again, she is out here in these streets, racking up body counts, putting her life at risk, putting her health at risk, putting her body at risk because she wants to do that. She chooses to do that. Can't blame a man for every goddamn dumbass thing a woman does. She chose this life.
My mom wasn't happy because she didn't like how I still was like surviving in the streets. She was like, this girl thinks she could just be out and do whatever. So me and her relationship was it's still not good.
My daughter left a solid home to become a hoe. How many parents do you think will be proud?
He's out of line, but he's right.
And no matter like what I, try to do, like even if I changed a little bit, she's still not going for it.
No, because why would you change a little bit? See, that you're even saying you don't want to get that life up. Even if I changed a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
Come on, man.
How you gonna change? I'm not a big home. I'm a little bit hoeing now.
They knew what was going on. and could nobody stop it, basically.
I need to say nothing else about that woman in that situation. She said it all for me right then.
So what are you doing currently? You are, how would you describe it?
I would describe my life currently. I'm a finesser at heart. I'm gonna always get what I need to get, but not in a bad way. You know, like I said, I always come with it like respectfully.
So when you say you're finessing men, tell me what that looks like.
How do you con in a good way?
Good question.
She's going to explain it here in a second, but just think about that for a minute. In the vernacular that is being used, finessing means conning. Conning is basically lying, conniving, and tricking people out of their money. Doing whatever, saying whatever to get the money out of them that they normally, under any other circumstance, would not give up. So how do you do that in a good way?
So finessing is, if you got the gift and the gab, like I do, to basically make somebody feel how they need to be felt, if that makes any sense. Whatever their needs are, like, you know, you give it to them, but it's in a way to where you could get so much out of them because of what they need. So you end up getting more. So like, people think finessing is like just tricking somebody. No, my way, I got to finesse you the right way because I need to keep coming back for more and more and more.
Sheer fucking hubris.
So you're not tricking them. You can disguise it how you want to. Okay? Let me tell you something. My dog can take a shit in the backyard. I can put sprinkles on it that don't make that ice cream. You understand? Or as they say in the country, you can put your boots in the oven. That don't make them biscuits. Now, what you see here, this is a young lady named Nova. This is probably the most difficult of these segments to get through because y'all see her. That's a baby. That is a baby. And what she says is going to hurt. It's going to hurt your heart, hurt your head, and just tug at you.
You know something? It hurt. It hurt like a son of a bitch.
And spoiler alert, Tania, the chick I had on right before her, that's her mama. This young lady, Nova, is the child of the lady, Miss Vanessa.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
You know, the Vanessa, the one that ran to the streets at 15. Are we surprised that she has a child as well? I'll let her tell it.
Tell me what's going on in your life, because your story is pretty unique.
So basically what's going on in my life is my mom, when I moved with my mom, my whole life just like changed.
Her mom, the admitted prostitute, the one who ran to the streets. Oh, she says she's a finesser, whatever. But yeah, y'all heard she just said when she moved in with her mom, her life changed.
And what I mean by change, I mean like my mom, she showed me different stuff. Like before I got with her, I lived in Beverly Hills. I was with different people.
Who are you staying in Beverly Hills with?
With my grandparents.
Grandparents, okay.
First I stayed with my mom's mom, and then I moved with my great grandparents. My mom's mom.
Well, at least at that time, her mama may have had the sense to send her child to go live with her mother and her grandmother. Let's see how this plays out. I know how it does. I'm just, y'all got to see it for yourself.
So, when I moved with my mom, she started showing me different stuff. She moved me to the hood, the east side of LA, South Central.
So now the baby has gone from Beverly Hills to the hood.
Wow, that's crazy.
Why she would bring her child out of that comfortable, safe environment, I guarantee you it was on some selfish shit.
And how old are you now?
13.
What kind of shit is that?
13. That baby just now getting boobies. She is just now hitting puberty. 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah. When she started showing me all that stuff, and when she moved to the east side, my mindset changed. I changed how I look at things. Like I didn't look at things the same. And
I wonder why. What could have happened in that little short time span that changed your life? Because she's breaking it down. The life she had with her granny was completely different than the life her mother brought her to.
once my mom started seeing that I was changing and that I didn't think the same no more, she started treating me different. Like,
is there any surprise that the woman on the previous video who dodged accountability like Neo in the Matrix gets shocked when her child starts behaving in a manner conducive to her environment? Now she don't like it. If you didn't want your child to behave in such a way, you should not have brought them to the environment that would make her change.
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
Now, she could have held on to her innocence and her mindset, but y'all heard what she just said. She asked to go back to her grandma, and her mama made her come live with her. Her mama, the Vanessa, you know, the one who been in the streets since she was 15, that mama.
She said you said you were forced to move.
yeah, I was forced to move.
To where?
To LA. I was in Marina Valley, and then I was in Beverly Hills. But I was forced to move like to the east side, to the ghetto.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't want to go.
Even that baby knew that was not the place for her. But her mama dragged her ass to her world.
Why are you doing this?
You put a lit match next to a can of gas. What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
So when my mom started seeing that I was changing and stuff, she didn't like it. I feel like she started being jealous of me because I started getting around girls that she didn't like. But whole time I didn't know that she didn't like the girls, not the girls didn't like her.
If you would like to hear the rest of that conversation, then follow us over on our Rumble channel. You can find us there under Free Mind Thinkers. And of course, as always, stand up, stand out, think differently.